Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today I am hearing the band Blind Melon for the first time, so we're starting with the song Change. Here we go.
Don't feel the sun's coming out today. Staying in, it's gonna find another way. Yeah. As I sit here in this misery, I don't think I'll ever know, Lord, see the sun from here. And oh, as I fade away, they'll all look at me and say, and they'll say, hey, look at him, I'll never live that way. And that's okay, they're just afraid to change. When you feel life ain't worth living, you got to stand up and take a look around. You look up way to the sky. And when your deepest thoughts are broken, you know you keep on dreaming, boy. When you stop, you know you're gonna die. And right now I don't wanna die. And as we all play parts of tomorrow, Lord knows some ways will work and other ways will play. Yeah. But I know we can't all stay here forever. So I wanna write my words on the past of today before they paint it.
Okay. Oh, we are so... Okay, I'm just gonna finish this.
Knows I fade away. They'll all look at me and say, they'll say, hey, look at him, where he is these days. Life is hard, you have to change. Life is hard, you have to change.
I found that so musically interesting. Hence, I mean, I thought like a minute had passed. I didn't realize we were already at the end of the song. We're going back to the beginning. Bear with me. I can already tell. I have a feeling I'm gonna have a hard time describing all the wonderful things that I'm hearing. So I'm gonna do my best because I really enjoyed this. The very like faint falsetto mix sound that we got at the beginning on that ooh, I don't know why, maybe it's just like the way it's coming through on my earbuds, but like it felt so internal, like literally in my body. Like I started to wonder, am I making this sound? Because it was so faint. And so I wasn't sure if it was actually coming from the song itself. I want to really quickly look up when this song was released. Okay, 92. At the very onset, like with the acoustic guitar, I was easily picking up 90s vibes. What they did, I feel, I don't know. I mean, 92, I was, a wee lass. So I wasn't listening to this music at all. But in my mind, I feel like this is fairly... it sounds like they were ahead of their time, like what they did with their music. So let me back it into that transition there. At the onset with that acoustic guitar, it certainly could, lean into folk, but when I think of a lot of 90s music, it maybe is a little bit more alternative, but definitely, coffee shop vibes. That's kind of where my head went at first. And so to have this incredible bluesy harmonica enter in, I didn't know where we were going, and it was such a pleasant surprise.
I don't feel the sun's coming out today.
Now, he starts this in such a clear mix, and the reason I'm confident in saying that is that when he descends, we can hear a lot more like presence in something that's more chest dominant. Let me play that again.
I don't feel the sun's coming out today.
That slight shift when he sings today, I would say that was strictly chest voice. So we're in a beautiful mix, but it's got this finesse and lightness. It's just delicate. And so it was just such an interesting sound after hearing that bluesy harmonica.
It's gonna find another way, as I sit here in this misery.
He amped up the press a bit, so we had more TA engagement. I feel like there was a little texture in that, but he's still keeping it so contained, and it just feels so well controlled in this part of his range. And for a lot of singers, like, mixed voice can oftentimes be just all or nothing, one way or the other, and I feel like he's living in that really vulnerable place, because you can do so much with your voice in mix when you're in that vulnerable balance between CT and TA engagement, but it can also be scary because you don't like that. That's when we have voice flips and cracks and or even like an absence of sound if you're not getting the chords pressed together completely. So it's just a lot of things can happen. So to hear this amount of control, I just find really impressive.
I don't think I'll ever know, Lord, seen the sun from here. Knows I fade away.
I am just so fascinated by the orchestration, like the instruments they chose to incorporate in this, because it's giving such an... I can't even describe it. If you guys have like a descriptive word for this like sound, I welcome it, because it just seems so different from like so many things that I hear and things that I've revisited, from 80s, 90s, etc.
They'll all look at me and say, and they'll say, hey, look at him, I'll never live that way. That's okay, it's just afraid to change.
is groovy, it is bluesy, it is folksy, it is a little alternative. Like, there's just so much happening. I'm really enjoying this, obviously. That I won't go back, but that last moment or last verse, I feel like we had a lot more texture, which was really cool to hear. And then there's just like a really nice sort of ebb and flow with what he's doing vocally.
When you feel life ain't worth living, you got to stand up and take a look around. You look up way to the sky.
Doesn't that, okay, maybe it's just, I don't know. It's giving like kind of 60s, 70s rock sound to me. And so it's just cool to hear the tiny shifts he's making to create like whole like styles of singing, but like in each section.
And when your deepest thoughts are broken, you know you keep on dreaming, boy. When you stop, you know you're gonna die. And right now I don't wanna die. And as we all play bombs up tomorrow, Lord knows some ways will work and other ways will play. Yeah. But I know we can't all stay here forever. So I wanna write my words on the best of today before they paint it.
Let me get this transition. Oh golly, I can't speak today. The dominant acoustic sound just was carrying so much of the song, and so again, it's another like interesting sort of shift for them musically to highlight this electric sound.
Before they paint it.
I have actual goosebumps. I just think that like those vocals with the harmonies, I think they were just so delicate and finessed and gentle and yet full. Like, it was just such a beautiful sound, and I can't get over like the variety we're getting in this song.
Knows I've had away. They'll all look at me and say, they'll say, hey, look at him, where he is these days. Life is hard, you have to change. Life is hard, you have to change.
Aside from the writing itself, like the song on paper, I think what makes this so special is, without even knowing their catalog and anything about these artists, I can tell they are incredibly skilled at their craft. And so they took something and used that skill to almost give the impression of simplicity, because they just did it that well. From what I can tell, the singer has an incredible range, but what stood out most to me was his dexterity. The back and forth between press and release and airflow, phrasing, texture, just, yeah, he had so much going on, but he delivered the song in a very refined way. So it gave that sort of feel of simplicity. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna go listen to this a few more times, but that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.